Hey guys, it's ArchieLuxury on the Pluta channel. Today I'm doing paid review 23QB7, and this is for my good friend Andrew. Andrew's done a number of reviews. Quick wristwatch check before we start. I'm wearing a two-tone Rolex Submariner bluesy. Hi Arch, I hope this email finds you well, and that things at your end are looking up after the terrible robbery. I got a review from you about 2 years ago and would like to hear your thoughts and indeed any criticism on my updated collection. I've sent you 60 quid via PayPal. Just a bit about myself. I'm still working as a security guard. Look at this. This guy works hard in London, and as such, I don't pull in the mega bucks. Hey, as long as it's good, honest work, who really minds? This is why any update to the collection is measured in years rather than months. And to be honest, I kind of prefer it that way, as it gives me the chance to properly plan out the next purchase. I'm currently into collecting steel sports and tool watches, as I tend to spend a good degree of my time working outdoors and in rough environments. In my spare time, I like to go diving and hill walking, so prefer having some hard-wearing, waterproof watches ready to go. So here's the collection. First piece, a pre-coaxial Omega Seamaster Professional black wave dial with the sword hands and the big triangle at 12. This was an impulse buy on the credit card a few years ago. I had to sell the same model due to a nasty divorce and was very happy to repurchase this piece. For me, I much prefer this version of the Seamaster over the blue version with the skeleton hands. I consider this model to be one of those rare do-it-all pieces, thin enough to go under a cuff at 12mm thick, but still tough enough and waterproof enough to survive out in the wild. Having said all that, I'm starting to take a bit more care and attention when wearing this one, as it's getting a bit old now. Number 2, a Rolex Explorer 2 black dial with the holes case. Up until recently, I'd say this was my most worn watch because of its low profile and toughness. I also find the GMT function extremely handy for work. I was incredibly lucky to get this second hand on the bracelet and also with the original box and papers just before Rolex prices went insane. Totally love this piece and think that Rolex nailed it with this model. Love the way the red GMT hand pops against the black dial and how the steel bezel gives it that enhanced tool watch feel. It's my only Rolex art, so it has a special place in the collection, and as such it will never be sold. Number 3, a Zenith El Primero hand wound on a leather strap. Bought this gem with box and papers at a very decent discount. I'd say this is my most classy piece and love the Roman numerals and sapphire caseback that shows the El Primero movement in all its glory, especially given that there's no rotor. Sadly, this doesn't get worn as much as I would like. It's an absolute treat to get this out of the safety deposit box once in a while. I know Zenith is not the punchiest brand in the world, but I like the history around the El Primero movement, and especially that this one is hand wound. There's definitely something special about owning a watch with a hand-wound movement. Next piece he's got is an Omega Pro Prof 1200 meter in steel. Not the titanium one, Arch. I know you hate that. No. On steel, because if you're going to get one of these sea monsters, you need to know it's on your wrist. Got this a year ago, box and papers from a decent second-hand dealer. This is by far my most outrageous timepiece, and gets worn when I go diving as a backup to my dive computer. The Pro Prof just screams reliability, and I love the overall distinctive design with the orange accents and the button locking system. Omega have made a mistake in discontinuing this line, in my opinion. Then we've got an IWC Mark 20 with the new 120-hour power reserve valve fluor movement. This is my most recent purchase. Previously, I owned a Wempy Flieger, which I absolutely loved for its bang per buck, but I ended up selling that to upgrade to this IWC. I bought from an AD who were kind enough to throw in a bunch of different straps and other memorabilia, which was nice of them. Historically, I always buy second hand, but I had a bit extra cash floating around and I couldn't resist. For me, this watch is bordering on perfection and sits alongside the Omega Explorer in terms of its overall feel and versatility. It's got a great power reserve, decent 100-meter waterproofness, and unbeatable legibility with the classic pilot style. I would say it's my favorite piece, especially when worn on a red rubber strap, but to be fair, I'm still in the honeymoon period. Last, my most worn watch, the Vertex M60 Aquilian. As you know, Arch, Vertex were one of the original Dirty Dozen manufacturers that made field watches for the Allies in World War II. Like many other brands, Vertex got hit by the quartz crisis and the company folded. However, the brand has recently been resurrected by the original owner's great-grandson. So it has a real link to some heritage, unlike some British brands I could speak of. Despite being a smaller independent manufacturer, the specs of this watch are awesome. It's COSC certified, 600 meters water resistant, and a lume bright enough to burn a hole in your retinas. As my daily beater and all-round sports watch, the M60 has put up with some serious rough use, both on land and underwater, and after a year of wearing it, hasn't missed a beat. I absolutely adore this watch, from its robustness to its clever design. For me, it's another never-sell piece and has a special place in my collection, as it's my only British watch. So that's it, Arch. What do you think? How do you think I should go forward? I reckon the last one spot to fill, that would be a dress watch to celebrate my 50th birthday in 4 years' time. I'm thinking that's just enough time for me to save up for something decent. I'm seriously leaning towards a JLC Reverso or a Master Control in steel, but also loving the look of a new white gold Rolex 1908. What do you think? Also, was wondering what your thoughts on Hua calculator watch from the early 70s. The only issue with getting it would probably have to flip something, because the Black Seamaster, as I'm a bit too top heavy with divers. Would that be a dumb move? Anyway, Arch, keep doing what you're doing. It brings a lot of happiness to a lot of people. Kind regards, Andy. P.S. Don't let all the nasty fikers grind you down, bud. So, very interesting collection. I love these guys who are working guys who work hard and love their watches. And I tend to think, 6 watches is a great 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 watches is a great. 5 expensive and 1 beater. I think it's great. I think it's really good. I think the Omega, I don't know if I would be selling that. I think the problem is those Omegas aren't huge money, and it's a lot of bang per buck. That was, as you said there, you bought that watch after the nasty divorce. I would keep it. Explorer 2 black dial holes case, man, that is an icon. I had an Explorer 2 16570, the Polar, and I sold it, and it was dumb. I was an idiot to do that. I needed the money for another watch, which was actually, ironically, my 5196 yellow gold, which was stolen in the robbery. But that's another story. The Zenith, I love Emmanuel Wine Zenith. I can't fault that. I love the Pro Prof in steel, is amazing. IWC Mark 20, yes, nothing wrong with that. And the Vertex, yeah, it's nothing wrong with having a discount beater there. So what's my opinion? You know what? I really would be against selling anything to buy something else. I think for your 50th, if you can afford it, and no pressure by any stretch of the imagination, I think an oversized, you've got to get an oversized Reverso would be amazing. Or a Master Control. The thing with JLC is you want to buy that stuff pre-owned. You don't want to buy that new. It's just one of those brands there that you want to buy it pre-owned. They make some amazing stuff, but, I'll be honest with you, the prices plummet on the secondary market, which is not fair, but nobody said the world is fair. I would definitely say a master control or a reverso. If you get a reverso, get a big size one. What do I think there? Calculator watches, look, I got to be honest with you, those are quartz. I think they're trouble. Don't sell one of your Omegas to get that. If, you know, those Hoya calculator watches, they're cool, but I wouldn't be doing that unless, no, I wouldn't do that. Don't do that. Keep saving for a JLC. That's what I would do for your 50th, 100%. You've got a beautiful collection. What I love here, please make sure you look after these watches, because there is some nasty fucking burglars out there, and you know, you're in security. It's fucked. The world is fucked. I'd add a reverso. Fuck it. I'd add a reverso. Enjoy it. Love it. Just fucking enjoy life. I think you got a beautiful collection. I wouldn't sell the pre-coaxial Seamaster. Keep it. That's a beautiful watch. I would never sell the Explorer. Don't sell the Zenith. Don't sell the ProProf. Don't sell the Mark 20. That's the important things. I would get yourself a beautiful reverso, and you've got an amazing collection. What more do you really, really, really want? That's the whole thing. You've got to look at this and say, you know what? That makes me incredibly happy. It makes you happy, incredibly happy. Just be content with that. That is exactly what I would be doing. So, yeah, that's my opinion there. I think you've got some beautiful pieces. Nice collection. Good to see you wearing them, enjoying them. That's what life doesn't get better. So I want to say, Andy, I do remember your previous reviews. You're a cool guy. Thank you so much for your support. I love it. And I will see you in the next one. Guys, don't forget, I can't survive on Google Ads. Paid reviews keep me full-time on YouTube. Without your support, I cannot survive. Get a paid review done now. Look in the description. Get it done, and I will see you in the next one. Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW, David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW, David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the YouTube sensation, the Paul Pluta channel. Guys, I need you to help me out, guys. I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I need you to request a paid review. $50 US, look down in the description. $50 US, I will review your collection. I'll tell you what I think of it, and I'll give you some pointers. The other thing is, guys, you can sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay a couple bucks a month, $1, $2, $5, whatever you want, and it keeps me going on YouTube. Because, guys, I'm in a niche. Nobody can make money out of the views I get. The views are crap, because it's a small specialized area, and I don't talk about garbage for the sake of views. Guys, sponsor me on Patreon, look down below, and I will see you in the next one.